Transformation is expected at the New Providence Sanitary Landfill. Government announcing today that a contract for the private operation and management of the landfill was awarded to Providence Advisors WRDG Consortium. Minister of the Environment and Housing, the Honorable Romuald Ferreira, says he's confident in the company's ability to manage the landfill.
Providence Advisors WRDG Consortium Limited, in accordance with the terms and conditions set out in the RFP. Providence Advisors will have 7 days to confirm their acceptance of the letter of award. Once they confirm their acceptance, we can begin to negotiate the terms and conditions of the public-private partnership agreement for the management and operations at the New Providence Sanitary Landfill. During negotiations, we will finalize details relating to the turnover of the landfill site.
Is proud to have been selected, and CEO Kenwood Kerr says the landfill will be transformed into the New Providence Ecology Park. The project will demonstrate environmental leadership, economic sustainability, and community management. It will also feature sustainability measures for the long-term health of the surrounding communities.
They include, but are not limited to, extinguishing all fires at the site and implementing operational measures to prevent such fires in the future, remediating the existing site's leaking toxins and health hazards, transforming an ongoing nightmare for the site's neighbors into a well-run operation with much reduced environmental impacts, keeping clean the site, securing the site with a green, lush, natural vegetation cap, recycling, reusing, and recovering at least 50% or more of the waste generated on New Providence.
Also making national news this Wednesday, first at 6, Executive Chairman of the Police Staff Association, Sonny Miller, says after 18 years with no salary increase, it is past time that officers of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, who put their lives on the line to keep the public safe daily, receive a raise. Miller says he paid close attention to the budget debate earlier this year, and officers recognized the economy is challenged, but he says they too have needs. Miller says he's grateful that government settled final payments several months ago for officers who were owed overtime accumulated for 12-hour shifts in 2013 and 2014 in response to rising crime. He says, though, since their last salary increase, national insurance contributions as well as value-added tax have increased.
We accept that fact. We want our economy to be in a far better position. We want our country to be better. But please consider us. It's time for us to get something. 18 plus years is too long for us to be without a salary increase. The cost of living has grown tremendously since then. So as far as our members, we deserve something. And we go there every single day. We don't complain. We don't make noise about it.
We can tell you that another gun was taken off the streets today. Reverend Dr. Simeon Hall, Bishop Emeritus of New Covenant Baptist Church, has been in the past the person whom members of the public who want to remain anonymous hand over a gun to. Bishop Hall told members of the press today how it happened.
A family called me about a week ago and said that they were trying to encourage their son not to fool with guns, and knew that he had a gun. And the cornerstone of pastoral counseling is confidentiality. So I said to them, give me the gun and I will give it to the police. I've done this several times before. So, but 2 days ago, mind you, and to cover myself, I called the police. They called me and told them what I was doing, and here we are.
Well, at that point, .38 gun was later handed over to police. While appealing to parents to help the police by turning in their children's guns or their sons' guns, Bishop Hall warned them that it should be handled with caution. Bishop Hall says crime does not pay, as it can lead to death.
Funerals are expensive. So, you know, to put that burden on your family. We are saying to parents, before you come to the graveyard where you weep and hollow over your good son, you be the good parent and encourage him to turn in his guns.
Now to health news. Significant headway is being made to address outstanding payment concerns for nurses. Minister of Health, Dr. The Honorable Dwayne Sands, told us that his team has concluded the appointments of recently graduated registered nurses. Representatives from the Nurses Union have also met with the Permanent Secretary to discuss a shift system. Minister Sands also spoke to those pending funds for nurses.
I believe there's a tremendous amount of satisfaction in terms of the arrears. There are still some outstanding payments that have not yet been made. But certainly with payday this month, we believe that things will be a little bit better. I would hate to be premature and to say that we expect that the nursing leadership will be happy or satisfied. What I can say is that I am satisfied that my ministry, my permanent secretary and her team have done all in their power to ensure that the ministry has done what it's supposed to do.
Still to come, Miss Bahamas Universe pageant contestants visiting Government House today. We're just getting started. First at 6. That story and more on the next side of the break.
G&M Appliances on Robinson Road has all your air conditioning needs this summer, like the Comfort Star 9000 and 12,000 BTU 13 SEER for just $3.99. Or how about the Comfort Star 18,000 BTU just $5.99? Or how about the Comfort Star 24,000 or $36,000 at the lowest prices possible? We also carry a large selection of air conditioning parts such as fans, compressors, filters, capacitors, or any part you may need. So, call today at 328-2083. We're located on Robinson Road.
You can count on me. Just call me and I'll come by.
My first memory of music would have been a performance when everyone was singing the song. The song was Drop Down and Come Up Slow, and everyone in the crowd was singing. I was amazed. I was in shock.
I did not always want to be a performer, you know. I actually wanted to be a doctor, and when I was on my way to med school, I had this called Epiphany, and I went to Berklee College of Music, and that's when I made the switch.
If I weren't singing, I'd be singing. I love track and field.
Many different things inspire me. You know, it isn't anything specific. It's just, you know, just enjoying the environment, and that's what I think music should be about, being free.
Tap of a button, I'm able to get in contact with persons all the way across the world. Technology acts as that bridge that keeps me connected.
BTC in one word, I would have to say clutch.
Connected. Family.
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 Every day, every day, every day.
Get ready. Commonwealth Bank wants to make this your best school year ever. Get the loan you need at a special discount. Cash for tuition and supplies, the best education, the best memories, and you want to know the best part? You could win a trip for 4. So don't wait. The discount ends soon. Talk to us today about your best school year ever loan. Approval is fast and easy. Conditions apply.
What would you do with your part of $50,000 in cash and prizes? Show your KFC bucket love and get a chance to win your part of $50,000 in cash and prizes. Display your bucket love sticker for a chance to win. You could be one of 10 gold ticket winners with a chance to win the $10,000 grand prize and get started on your bucket list. Stick it to win today. Bucket Love, KFC Nassau, it's finger-licking good.
This portion of the news brought to you by Commonwealth Bank, your leader in personal banking.
Thanks so much for staying with us. Well, as thousands of students prepare for the classrooms this new academic year next week, tighter security is expected on the grounds and the vicinity of public schools. Minister of National Security, the Honorable Marvin Dames, says officers will be out in full force to ensure students are not only avoiding conflict resolutions, but are also safe. He says the force will build upon some of the initiatives already in place.
We hope to enhance the initiatives that were in place. And we'll do that through increased visibility, more use of resources, a greater presence within the school zones, from officers on foot patrol to traffic officers. As you know, that we would have acquired recently the police force, that is some state-of-the-art speed guns, and we had a few persons who actually were on social media about a week or so ago who were at the hands of those guns by police and were given actually slips indicating their rate of speed and everything else. And so, yeah, we intend to as well, we intend to increase our CCTV visibilities in these communities.
Virtual learning is one way education officials plan to address teacher shortages as the new school term begins next week. Education's district superintendents will be responsible for its rollout. District Superintendent for South Andros, Mangrove Key, and MyCal, Jerome Forbes, is excited about the program and feels it will be very beneficial to Family Island students.
What we're trying to do in MyCal and throughout the Family Islands is to introduce this new concept of virtual classrooms and using technology to bring education everywhere. It's really an expensive venture to offer 20 teachers to every school in the Bahamas. And as you would have heard, they're now sending this technology and internet into these schools. And so our job as superintendents will be to go to these schools and say, listen here, I have a very good Spanish teacher in New Providence who's teaching Spanish at a school like CV Bethel. This is the best Spanish teacher I know. I can now allow this teacher to teach that one class, and she can be teaching 10 students in Maguana, 10 students in Inagua, and 10 students in Mangrove Key at the same time.
Forbes said a similar program was implemented in Cat Island a few years ago and saw success. The move and the use of technology to bridge education is one that Forbes sees as a great tool for teachers.
And this is what we're looking at, allowing these students to be able to get access to these subjects without the expense of offering 5 teachers. That one teacher can now teach 40 students. And it turns out the same way because we would have tried this before. I'd have run a program similar in Cat Island where we had tutors from the USA and New Providence who were tutoring the AP and SAT, and the students did very well. So taking the same model and now using it in terms of the Ministry of Education curriculum, I think it's going to be a very successful journey.
United Sound Associates partnered over the weekend with the Our Carmichael Association and the Rotary Club of New Providence for a back-to-school event for students, where they also sponsored a blood drive. Jason Ferguson, also known as DJ Ming, says it only made sense after they were approached, since the group wanted to help focus attention on something that is vital. The back-to-school event attracted thousands, and something DJ Brian Miller says they were hoping to capitalize on for what he saw as a worthy cause.
We always know that we always in need of blood. The reserves are always low, so we decided to come together. And we have a little network, a large network, so what better way to try to get the word open, starting with a blood drive?
We as DJs well, actually in the whole Bahamas, but especially in Nassau, we see the need to continually give back to the community, and there's always publications on the airwaves asking for blood to be donated because the blood bank is extremely low. So in conjunction with the PMH blood bank, Ms. Bain and Ms. Miller and those, we decided to have this initiative the same time as the Back to School giveaway to try to draw as many people as possible in to donate blood because it's extremely vital to the country.
The 11 contenders for this year's Miss Bahamas Universe crown paid a courtesy call on Governor General, Her Excellency the Most Honorable Dame Marguerite Pindling this morning at Government House. The Miss Bahamas Universe pageant is all set for September 16th at the Atlantis Paradise Island Resort. Some of the contestants told us that they wanted to reflect on the strong words of advice given to them by the head of state. Meanwhile, the reigning Miss Bahamas Universe, Yasmin Cook, said that her tenure as an ambassador to the Bahamas, for the Bahamas, has been nothing but phenomenal.
I'm so happy that I took the leap of faith and pursued something that I've dreamed of my whole life, and to pass it on to one of these lovely, very outstanding young ladies. It's going to be bittersweet for sure, but I'm so excited to what the future holds for me after my reign.
She was just so cordial, and she was so funny, and she really gave us some some real pearls of wisdom.
I haven't seen her in years, so it was a grand experience to learn from her and to learn of her past experiences and her undying knowledge and love she has for her country.
The advice she gave us to just study up and make sure we know as much as possible, because we're the only person who could defend the Bahamas if anyone has anything negative to say about us.
National Pageant Director Anthony Smith explained the significance of this visit to the head of state. Meanwhile, Director of Pageant Affairs P.J. Douglas recapped some of the pre-events leading up to the main event.
We enjoyed learning a lot about Bahamian history. Some of the you know, she had the inside information, not the things we learned in school. So that was important, and also some important words of wisdom that she shared with the young ladies as it relates to who, you know, as a contestant, and also if you were to win, what it means in an ambassadorial role, because she herself, you know, she has lived that life and continues to live that life.
Then 11 contestants that are participating. We kicked it off with Chasing the Sash Leadership Orientation, where we had over 25 young women who vied to become contestants. We started with our contestant debut, which was magical, at the National Art Gallery of the Bahamas, and we moved into our national costume competition and motorcade, which was held this Saturday. We're very excited to be having this swimsuit, evening gown, and avant-garde competition, which is the first for the Miss Bahamas Universe brand.
Well, that does it for National News First at 6. Stay with us. Kelsey Johnson is up next with sports.
That portion of...
No matter what your goals are in life, you have to start somewhere. It all begins with Leno. Leno, bridging possibilities. Call us at 396-3225 or email info@lenobahamas.com.
Card, you can be in the know right now. Turn on notifications for your Visa card from CIBC First Caribbean, and you will know every time your card is used. CIBC First Caribbean, banking that fits your life.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Kelsey Johnson. Here's your first look at sports for Wednesday. You may see an inclusion of new sporting disciplines to the curriculum this upcoming school year. Minister of Education, Science and Technology, the Honorable Jeffrey Lloyd, strongly believes that team sports is beneficial to young people.
We are sports-minded people, and we certainly would look at the options for sports and sports development in our community, certainly beginning with the young people. I personally am not in favor of full contact sports. I've spoken to Mr. Maycock about that, and he assures me that that is not the approach that his organization is taking. That satisfies me. So, of course, yes, the discipline that team sports, or any sport for that matter, provides a young man or a young woman in terms of, having a sense of commitment and dedication and, putting things in priority can always be beneficial to our young people. So naturally, we are very excited about the relationship we have with the Miami Dolphins, and we want to see how we can develop that relationship, because and I know that sports enable our young people to gain access to universities where they can advance their own education, but also to realize the possibility of earning a living through sports.
The date is set and a new sponsor is now on board for the 5th annual Bahamas Bowl. The college football game will be held on December 21st at the Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium. The game will be played between champions of the Conference USA and the Mid-American Conference at 12:30 p.m. Here's why so many are rushing to come to the Bahamas.
For the last 4 years, the weather has been phenomenal. So to see bright blue skies, the sunshine shining, and it's been in the double digits, as in the 10, 9, 8, 12 degrees in the USA, and warm weather in the Bahamas. It really is a great time for us to showcase what we can do and what we can put on, the type of events.
Young Bahamian ballers got an opportunity to show off their ball handling skills on Tuesday in front of several U.S.-based college basketball coaches. Kyle Adams, former coach at Delaware State University, is hoping that the partnership will improve the play and coaching levels in the Bahamas.
I came down to really build relationships and see how we could add value to what's happening here in the Bahamas. We see that the game is growing on an international level. For me, really at the core of what I look to do is to help coaches develop. Our generation is changing. Our game is changing. And how can we as coaches continue to grow and develop to better provide for the student athletes we work with?
Janelle Curtis got a start in the volleyball game against Davidson College on Tuesday. Curtis, who attacks the ball from the left side of the court for the Charlotte 49ers, closed the 5-setter match with 3 kills and 8 blocks. Davidson won the marathon game 23-25, 24-26, 13-25, 25-10, and 15-11. Savannah State Lady Tigers also went down on Tuesday. Head coach Bahamian Edric Poitier and crew suffered a 3-set loss to Charleston Southern University, 13-25, 13-25, and 13-25. Play was suspended in the New Providence Softball Association due to rain on Tuesday night. The pennant-winning CNS Hitmen and the 4th seed Chances Mighty Mitts were on the field when the rain came pouring down at the top of the 3rd. The Hitmen were up 3 runs at the time. The two teams will pick up where they left off at 7 p.m. tonight over at the Bankers Field in the Blue Hills Sporting Complex. That's your first look at sports. Don't go anywhere. There's more to come.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Adrian Gibson. Now the Bahamas residents can fly or cruise free to the family islands. What are your summer vacation plans?
I'm gonna go to Long Island, and you should come too.
And there's no better time than now with the 2 Fly or Cruise Free promotion, where all residents of the Bahamas can fly or cruise free to the family islands from Nassau. Let's go! Refresh, reconnect, and unwind in the family islands. For details, go to bahamasresidents.com and fly or cruise free to the family islands today.
You can count on me. Just call me and I'll come running, running. No matter the
I got into comedy from the day I was born, and I look up and I saw who my parents was. I know my life is gonna be interesting.
The Bahamian people inspire me, like 100%.
I think the keys of the success to the band Visage has been the ability to stay relevant for the many years that the band has been around.
Technology, it keeps me connected.
What technology have done for me is priceless.
I don't know how I would be able to survive without it.
If I would describe BTC into one word, I would say innovative.
Family all around.
Communications lifeblood of the Bahamas.
every day.
Everybody, I on TV. Look, I on TV. Mom, guess what it is? That's me. Bartend, do you see me? I on television. I gotta tell my girlfriend I on television.
Hello?
Babe, turn your television to ZNS.
Quick, I on television. I don't have a TV in here.
We have Wi-Fi though.
We have Wi-Fi.
That's fine. They upgrade now. You can watch it live from your phone.
You just have to download the app. All right, hold on. Go to the App Store, type in ZNS, download the app, and you'll be able to watch ZNS straight from your phone. Hurry up and start over again.
Get your news and more anytime, anywhere with the new ZNS app. Stay connected from around the globe with our live stream news updates, all in the palm of your hand. You can also listen to the ZNS Radio Network for your favorite music. Go into your Apple or Google Play Store and download the ZNS app today.
Miss, I just starting now. I still gotta pay.
In news from the region, police are hunting down the man who fatally shot the 32-year-old son of St. Kitts and Nevis' Minister of Public Infrastructure, Posts, Urban Development and Transport, Ian Liburd, Monday night. And the Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Dr. Timothy Harris, has called on anyone with information about the murder of Mikhail Mitch Liburd, the 20th person to be killed in the Twin Island Federation this year, to assist police in their investigations. Reports indicate that Liburd was ambushed by masked gunmen who opened fire on him as he got out of his car. He tried to escape, but collapsed in nearby bushes and died on the scene. The Federation of Independent Trade Unions and Non-Governmental Organizations in Trinidad and Tobago Wednesday demanded that the Trinidad and Tobago government rescind the decision to shut down the refinery at the state-owned oil company Petrotrin. The company defended its decision Tuesday to end its oil refining operations, saying that it is undertaking a restructuring exercise aimed at curtailing the billions of dollars in losses. Petrotrin's chairman indicated that the company was now redesigning entirely its exploration and production business. Well, we're experiencing some technical difficulties with weather, so you'll see Basil at 7 o'clock in the National Report. That will end, though, first at 6 here on the ZNS Television Network. It's time now for news across the Northern Bahamas.
Tragedy on the island of Bimini. Tributes continue to pour in on the passing of Chief Justice Stephen Isaacs. And some good news for the island's healthcare facility.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Megan Shepard. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping the news, some tragic news from Bimini tonight as a Dominican worker was crushed to death in an industrial accident on that northern island. Now, according to the police, the incident happened at a construction site around 9 a.m. We are told that a male worker was operating a crane lifting a 400-foot concrete beam from a barge to the dock at the marine at Bimini Bay when the cable of the crane allegedly snapped. The beam fell and landed on the crane cabin. The crane subsequently caught a fire, and the worker on the inside of the crane was pronounced dead at the scene by a doctor from the Bimini Clinic. The matter is under investigation. Now, tributes are coming in for Chief Justice Stephen Isaacs, who passed away 2 weeks after he was officially sworn into that post. Here in Grants, Bahama, he is being credited as the first Bahamian judge that stabilized the operations of the Supreme Court, managing both civil and criminal matters. Tonight, local attorneys remember him as a student of the law and a humble judge who was always happy to assist. Italia Hall has the story.
Stephen Isaacs was sworn in as Chief Justice on August 10th. filling a post left vacant by Sir Hartmut Longley, who moved on to the Court of Appeal. Members within the law profession on Grand Bahama are mourning his passing, as Justice Isaacs once served as a judge in Freeport. Attorney Carlton Sherlin says Chief Justice Isaacs was a consummate professional who was very probing in his legal thoughts. He says he has known Isaacs since he was a child, calling the Chief Justice a very sincere friend.
We grew up together in the valley, blocks away from each other, so we were always friends. Every time I traveled to Nassau, one of my pit stops would be to give a courtesy call to him. And over the years, when I became a lawyer, I would always respect his advice, made sure that I read his judgments. And during his tenure in Freeport, we became even more closer.
Able to keep the machinery of justice moving here in Grand Bahama at the time he spent here. And I can speak to my opinion of him as a judge. His temperament was fantastic. He was excellent in actually addressing issues with counsel. He was excellent in addressing issues when before a jury, sitting before a jury. He never displayed any bias towards any counsel or prosecution.
Former magistrate attorney Ernie Wallace says he has known Isaacs for a very long time.
He was a gentleman, and as they said in Nassau recently, a judge's judge, a person who ascended to high heights but never lost his touch with small people.
Attorney Constance MacDonald was very vocal in her support of Isaacs being made permanent as Chief Justice. She says it is a position that he certainly deserved.
When I was living in Nassau, we were on the same law committee, and then after that, he was down here as a judge, and then I sat with him on the Judicial and Legal Services Committee. As a judge, I remember whilst he was here in Freeport, he would always try to test you to see if you really did your research when you came before him. Thankfully, he never caught me out because I tend to, do my preparation. But he had this dry sense of humor. And he was very serious. He took the law very seriously.
But Attorney Sherlin says there's a lot that many young attorneys and judges coming up in the judicial system can learn from Chief Justice Isaacs. One in particular is perseverance.
To persevere, Justice Isaacs started off his career, and he stuck to it. And it shows that if you really dedicate it to the law or to a career path, that anything is possible.
Justice Vera Watkins is now the acting Chief Justice following the death of Chief Justice Stephen Isaacs. Justice Isaacs died on Friday, August 24th at the age of 63. Reporting for ZNS Network News, I'm Natalia Hall.
In other news, the Minister of Health is addressing some of the vexing issues impacting healthcare system on Grand Bahama. In an interview with ZNS News, the minister disclosed that good news is on the way for Grand Bahama. Portions of the Rands Memorial Hospital have been undergoing construction and renovations for some time now, specifically the new cafeteria that is currently being built at the rear of the hospital on the grounds of the former Royal Palms Hotel. The Minister of Health, the Honorable Dr. Dwayne Sands, admits that the project is taking longer than the ministry would have liked. In fact, he says that there are a few major items that are of vexing concern due to limited funding.
One is the cafeteria, and then the doctor's quarters, and then finally the CAT scan. I am happy to say that Grand Bahama, Freeport, is getting its CAT scan the first week of September. Brand new CAT scan, state of the art, okay? The installation will start in the first or second week of September. Work on the cafeteria and the adjoining corridor has started again now that funds have been mobilized, and it's difficult for me to give you a specific completion date, but it's long overdue. And we'd like to get that kitchen and cafeteria up and running. And then finally the doctor's quarters. And those are the major capital projects for the Rand Memorial Hospital in this fiscal year.
An oncology clinic has also been a concern and major desire of residents. The minister says that they have been trying to make this a reality and assures residents that this remains a commitment.
Ultimately, our challenge is an oncologist and getting the clinic up and running. We've talked about an oncology clinic, a vascular clinic, and another major problem that we have is we don't have enough surgical support in Grand Bahama. Right now we enjoy one general surgeon, one orthopedic surgeon, and then we have itinerant surgeons, myself, Dr. Farquharson, that come in. We now have a gastroenterologist, Dr. Marcus Cooper, coming in to support Grand Bahama. So there are basic requirements to build a health system, and all of those things will be addressed this year.
Many Grand Bahamians taking part in an official send-off for Archdeacon Harry Bain and his wife Anne. The priest of 20 years at the Pro Cathedral of Christ the King Church will take up the post of Dean of Christ Church Cathedral in New Providence. Today, a large motorcade was held and many got an opportunity to say goodbye. Shishina Rowe-Farquharson reports.
It was a bittersweet day on Grand Bahama for Anglicans, friends, family, and supporters of Archdeacon Harry Bain. While there has been a week of activities to say farewell to the prominent and charismatic priest, a special motorcade was held to say an official goodbye. The parade started from the basketball court at the Pro Cathedral of Christ the King. Buses filled with students from various schools on the island, as well as those who loved him dearly, waved in celebration and commemoration of Father Bain's last day here on the island.
It's important for me to be here to let him know that we truly love him and we wish him well. And I personally just want to let him know that no matter where he goes, we support him 100%.
He's been there for my kids. He's been there for me. He's a confidant. You could always go to him when you're stressed, when you're feeling down. He always has a way of making you feel so much better.
After 20 years, being a good priest, I mean, he is a good priest, very good priest, and we all will miss him.
I think he has fulfilled his purpose at Christ the King, and it's time for him to move on to higher pastors.
I was Pentecostal all my life. For 51 years of my life, I was Pentecostal. And if there's 3 priests that caused me almost become an Anglican, Father Harry Bain is one of them. Of course, Father Curtis Robinson and Stephen Grant. But today is sad in that he's leaving, and it's joyous because he's leaving because it's a promotion for him.
Many say that he was not just their priest, but also a friend, and his legacy is one that can never be forgotten.
He taught not only the word of God, but he encouraged the young and all to love one another. And he said we must just keep him in mind, heart, and in prayer.
His legacy in Grand Bahama, it's not only with the church, as Mrs. Roberts said, it's also with the school. Because, he was the principal at the then Freeport High School, now Bishop Michael Eldon. So, he has done so much.
And as for Will Stubbs, he says Father Bain did more than just to teach him the scriptures.
But he even taught me how to sing the scriptures. Example, the Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want.
Shishina Rowe-Farquharson, ZNS Network News.
We wish the Bain family all the best. You're watching The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Stay with us. There's more news right after this break.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Dolly Madison, Freeport's original home center.
Your chance to get big name appliances at a fraction of the cost is
August 27th to September 1st at Dolly Madison's GE and Whirlpool Appliances.
Scratch and dent sale.
Refrigerators, washers, washer-dryer combos, freezers, microwaves, ranges, all drastically reduced.
At the warehouse at Dolly Madison.
August 27th to September 1st. But hurry!
Let's go, Junior! Let's go!
Come on down. Now.
It's time for back to school at Tech Island, Bahamas. Come and beat that 12% without load VAT-free sale on school supplies, Fire Sticks, PSN cards, and you don't want to miss our free giveaways. While you're at it, come and enroll your child or children for our after-school program. where your child can come and complete homework assignments and projects in our laid-back, comfortable, air-conditioned cyber cafe with the hands-on help of our wonderful Tech Island staff members. For more information, find us on Facebook at Tech Island Bahamas or WhatsApp us at 602-5165 or just place your order at www.techislandbs.com. We are located in Caravel Beach in the Rachel's Britannia Mini Mall, store number 11. Our hours are 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Saturday and 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Sundays. It's back to school at Tech Island Bahamas, the place for great sales and great savings.
This month alone, I reduced my power bill by over $300 by purchasing a solar system from Northern Bahamas Utility Company. My power bill is now $16. Can you believe it?
Here's another reason why owning a solar system from Northern Bahamas Utilities is right for you. Stop by today at number 8 Oak Street or call us at 225-0766 extension 106 and ask about our in-house financing or lease-to-own option. See you today.
Me from the Bahamas, sun, sand, and sea. A lot of activities, but for you and me. If you don't believe me, then come follow me. Come right down to this place and we call it KFC. KFC the Big Cheese. We got the Big Cheese. KFC the Big Cheese. We got the Big Cheese. No one can beat us at anything we do. No way. Sports, art, soccer, jamming, even junk canoe. We got the best beaches, even the best food. I already tell you, that's just how we do. KFC the Big Cheese. We got the Big Cheese. KFC the Big Cheese. We got the Big Cheese.
Purchase a Big Chief meal today and receive 2 Big Chief collectible cups at all KFC restaurants in Freeport.
Stay informed on your local weather forecast this 2018 hurricane season. Your #1 news station, the ZNS Television Network. We've got you covered. Covering the Northern Bahamas, you're watching the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. Tonight we continue our Back to School series. In this report, we talk with the principal of Mary Star of the Sea Academy, a school that is already off to an early start. Mary Star of the Sea Catholic Academy has adopted the theme Catholic Schools Learn, Lead, Serve, Succeed, nurturing the body, mind, and spirit. Principal Joy Richie Green says that the school year has already began with a bang, with a number of students earning awards for previous competitions. She says that this year, as they continue in a spirit of excellence, they are focusing on 5 major goals.
They are student engagement. We feel it's very important for our students to be fully engaged in their learning. We want to also focus on collaboration. That's between teachers, different subject areas, as well as in the classroom, students learning to share ideas with their classmates as well. We also want to focus on building relationships. We believe that if all of the stakeholders are working together, we're going to have a more cohesive unit, and that will, of course, help the school to continue to grow.
The school's motto is excellence, honor, and truth. She says that they have turned this into a mantra to help students believe in themselves. And as students transition into the classrooms and back into their routines, she has this bit of advice.
What we have done, the teachers have done it, and we're going to have them visual aids for the students at our next assembly, having those goals right in front of you. It's one thing to say it, but to actually write it down and have it somewhere that you can see it every single day will help you stay on track and also give you a sense of accomplishment as you see each goal being attained.
This year, the Minister of Education has had a major push toward the use of more technology within the classrooms. Richie Green says that the Catholic system has been incorporating technology for many years now, and they have found that students actually enjoy a hands-on, practical approach to learning.
the hardware, that the technology most people think of, the computers or the smartphones or whatever. Those are all fine and good. But the other thing is just the regular construction paper or blocks or rocks or whatever you can find to use. Children get very excited about that as well. We're very fortunate. We have, full science labs, and so even in our primary level, they go into the labs. So while they do their science experiments in the classrooms, the fact that we have labs and they can go into and see hands-on what it looks like when something is mixing or coagulating in some way, that they can actually see it and make it happen. That is very exciting to them.
She notes that the school has just over 400 students enrolled this school year. Member of Parliament for Central Grand Bahama assisting students just before the start of the new school term. MP Aram Lewis hosting a back-to-school drive on the Bernard Spinks Road Park in the Sunrise subdivision this past Saturday. Lewis says that overall, he's just pleased that he is able to help.
Park, but it is not only for the subdivisions, for the entire Central Grand Bahama from Williamstown all the way down to Hannah Hill. It is important to equip the students with the tools that they need. It is unfortunate when you go to a job site and you have a job to do and you don't have the tools. As a carpenter, without your plumb and your level and your skill saw and your tape, it is pointless. You will never get the task done that the boss assigned to you. So the students will be given assignment in class and out of class. So it is important to equip them with the necessary tools to do the assignment in the class and their homework.
A number of backpacks filled with books, pens, paper, and much more were distributed to the students.
We hope that this will go a long way to alleviating some of the issues that the parents and the guardians will be faced with. Again, we're not going to solve all of the problems. We wish we could, but times are tough, things are hard, and it is important that we reach out and help as much as we can to take the pressure off the parents and by extension of the children, and hopefully they can now learn in a more relaxed environment, having one less thing to be worried about.
And now it is time to Ask the Doctor.
Welcome to Ask the Doctor. As the new school year quickly approaches, I find it important to discuss a little more on the topic of bullying. What are some of the types of bullying? In the majority of cases, bullying is physical. It can involve hitting, shoving, and kicking. Physical bullying may be one of the first that comes to mind when adults think about it. However, the most common form, both for boys and girls, is verbal bullying, for example, name-calling. Cyberbullying is a growing concern and involves the use of cell phones, instant messaging, email, chat rooms, or social networking sites such as Facebook and Twitter to harass, threaten, or intimidate someone. It can include such acts as making threats, sending inappropriate insults, or racial or ethnic slurs, as well as gay bashing, attempting to infect the victim's computer with virus and flooding the victim's email box with messages. If you are a child or teen and you have been a victim of any type of bullying, please talk to a parent, teacher, or another adult you trust. Adults need to know when bad things happen so they can help. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and this has been Ask the Doctor.
Don't go away. A check on sports is up next with Ramiko Knows.
More on Makeup by Megan Coakley. When you want to look like a star. Phone 443-7979.
Hi, welcome to Richie's Calypso. Your #1 family-friendly footwear store. We are fully stocked with everything you need and more for the new school year. With school shoes for boys and girls in all sizes, medium and wide width, thigh highs and knee highs in every school color, sports socks, tennis shoes, cleats, ballet and jazz shoes. From tiny tots to high schoolers, we've got you covered. And teachers, we didn't forget you. A comfortable pair is here for you too. So make Richie's Calypso your one-stop shop for all your back-to-school footwear needs.
It's time for back to school at Tech Island, Bahamas. Come and beat that 12% with our blowout VAT-free sale on school supplies, fire sticks, PSN cards, and you don't want to miss our free giveaways. While you're at it, come and enroll your child or children for our after-school program, where your child can come and complete homework assignments and projects in our laid-back, comfortable, air-conditioned cyber cafe, with the hands-on help of our wonderful Tech Island staff members. For more information, find us on Facebook at Tech Island Bahamas or WhatsApp us at 602-5165, or just place your order at www.techislandbs.com. We are located in Caravel Beach in the Rachel's Britannia Mini Mall, store number 11. Our hours are 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Saturday and 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Sundays. It's back to school at Tech Island Bahamas, the place for great sales and great savings.
It's back to school and back to school savings at Bellevue Business Depot. For all of your back to school and teacher supplies, they have it all at an extra 20% off retail price. Crayons, glue, markers, crayon pencils, backpack, character bags, meat notebooks, and teacher supplies for the classroom, and much, much more. Don't forget to take advantage of the backpack bundles for preschool, primary school, and high school, loaded with all the supplies you need for back to school. Teachers get your first 8-foot butcher fadeless paper free when you purchase a minimum of 10 feet, as well as additional discounts at the Coffee Center. All at Bellevue Business Depot, located on Queens Highway.
Journey to a serene oasis. Relax. Rejuvenate. Renew. Welcome to Renew Day Spa. For appointments, call 352-RENU.
Don't miss this episode of Eye on Health as Dr. Ash and guests discuss the topic Vision Restoration.
You know, God is He is Jehovah Rapha. He is the healer.
So many people, because they have money, they would, oh, I'm going to this doctor, I'm going to the next doctor. But sometimes the only thing you need to do is to rely on God.
That's this Friday, August 31st at 8 p.m. Vision Restoration. Don't you miss it.
Good evening all, welcome to sports. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Topping sports this evening. 3 junior tennis players from Grand Bahama had an opportunity of a lifetime to train in West Palm Beach with Bahamian tennis great Bijan Monroe. Serving us with this report, here's Jay Philippe.
BJ Monroe hosted a junior tennis tournament for junior players across the country. From the very same tournament, some athletes were chosen to travel to Florida for additional training and competition. 14-year-old Coffee Bow was one of those players selected.
I made improvements to my form, my backhand, my whole game overall, my mental ability. I learned a lot. He was teaching me a lot of stuff, telling me what I was doing wrong and stuff like that.
Michael Reckley from BMES was one of the players selected, whom just started playing tennis just 2 years ago.
I haven't been exposed on an international level yet, and I feel like that was very good for my game. I got to see different players outside of Grand Bahama. I got to see new players, got to see how they operate their facilities, how it compares to ones in Grand Bahama, and just overall improve my game.
Female tennis stand-up player Abigail Sims talked about the level of competition while in West Palm Beach.
It's a variety of competition, so it's people who are really good, and then there are people who are probably at our level or below our level, but we got to play a bunch of different people, so you got to see different balls, different type of hits, different type of spins, so that was a very good.
These very same kids competed in the annual BJ tournament, and now they were able to travel to West Palm Beach, Florida for an entire 2 weeks training with one of the best players that the Bahamas have ever produced in BJ Monroe. I'm Jay Philippe, ZNS Total Sport.
The Falcons Boys Club Community Center is a long way from completion, but as Jay Philippe tells us, they are on the move.
Cement was poured to begin work on the second basketball court on the property.
We continue to make many progress thanks to the Grand Bahama Port Authority, Grand Bahama partner, and Champs Missions of the United States of America, and many of our other partners today. We are now pouring basketball court number 2. And we are so thankful for all of the individuals who continue to assist us as we continue to do this progress here at the Champs Community Center.
Darren Roll admits that he's had some challenges financially. However, he's extremely grateful for the assistance from the many private organizations and businesses that have loaned their support. I'm Jay Philippe, ZNS Total Sports.
And that's your check on sports. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Until next time, make it a great one.
Freeport, just what you've been waiting for, the newest men's fashion store at number 1 Britannia Mini Mall, Caravel Beach. Hustle Men's Fashion.
Welcome to Jags International. We have Celebration, Balearia, FRS, Bahamas Air, Hotel, car vouchers now on sale.
Girls, I tried book my ticket online with them ferry. That's so complicated, they asking for too much.
That's why I stick to Jags. No agency fees or booking fees. Cash and credit, all the same. Blow deals and spectacular services with a smile.
Yes, that's Jags. Your one-stop shop to Fort Lauderdale, Palm Beach, and Miami.
We even offer cheap car rental vouchers, dollar, thrifty, Hertz, and VIP service.
Book now with Jags and get their $5 discount card. And don't forget the super sales going on.
Business owners are excited about ZNS Northern Service Storm Central Hurricane packages because advertising rates are discounted up to 50%. That's right, get 50% off advertising packages this hurricane season from now through November 30th. Call our sales department at 351-3430 or 352-9713 and book your advertising package today.
When a hurricane watch or warning is issued, medical emergency services are placed on high alert. For many persons seeking medical care, defining what an emergency is can be difficult to assess given all that is occurring during the storm. The following basic guidelines are designed to help you assess your emergency.
I'm Hugh Ferguson from Budget Pest Control. After 30 years in this industry, testing hundreds of pest control products, none has impressed me more than Vape. Vape 90-Day Mosquito Destroyer, Vape Aerosol, and Vape Mosquito Coil. Vape is the only spray that you will find in my house and my mother's house, and it should be the only one in yours. In pest control, there are only 2 names to remember, Vape and Budget Pest Control. Okay.
And that's going to do it for us here in the North, but be sure to stay tuned as regular programming continues over the Bahamas Radio Network. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Megan Shepard. Have a wonderful evening.
Addressing claims of a proposed fee for dialysis patients. Landfill management. Government announcing the management company now in charge of the New Providence landfill. And mental preparation. Here how students can become more mentally prepared for a new academic year. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report starts right now.
This portion of the news is brought to you by BTC Every Day.
The health minister refuting claims of a proposed fee for dialysis patients. Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Altaviz Munnings. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Thanks for making us a part of your Wednesday evening. Minister of Health, Dr. the Honorable Dwayne Sands, is setting the record straight following an uproar over an internal memorandum detailing a new fee proposed to take effect at the Princess Margaret Hospital. Cleopatra Murphy spoke with the health minister, who provided clarity over the document he says he saw for the first time this morning.
An unauthorized leaked document outlining a proposal to introduce a paid wheelchair service for dialysis patients at the Princess Margaret Hospital is being described as mere political mischief by Minister of Health Dr. the Honorable Dwayne Sands, who says the proposal was never approved by the Public Hospitals Authority or the Ministry of Health. According to that document, the service to transport dialysis patients to and from PMH for treatment was set to begin on Monday, September 3rd, for a fee of $50 to and from the healthcare facility and $150 for 3 treatments. Sands says it is unfortunate the document that has created a political firestorm was leaked without context.
This was a memo from the hospital administrator, Mary Leitman Walker, to the supervisor of transportation, discussing a service to provide transportation for wheelchair-bound patients from their homes to the dialysis unit and back.
Sands says it was proposed to replace a private service that charged $60 daily for transportation, adding that the new unbudgeted service would be implemented only if PMH can afford to provide it.
The likelihood is that there will have to be some contribution made by the patients. It will likely be less expensive than if their families were to bring them back and forth, and it would be tremendously more convenient.
There has been backlash over concerns that government is attempting to heap another bill on the poor. Sands says the facts are that there are more than 460 dialysis patients in the country who receive dialysis through government, 220 of those at PMH, the others outsourced. Treatment costs government an estimated $25 million annually, and while the fee is about $275 a treatment, most get it free because they cannot or are unwilling to pay it.
At this point, the hospital already finds itself unable to meet its mandated costs to provide services. And so while we understand that this would be tremendously convenient for patients, first and foremost, what we need to be doing is trying to ensure that we can provide safe, reliable dialysis services. And right now, we are unable to do that.
He says patients are unable to get the required 3-hour sessions due to a shortage of dialysis-trained nurses and equipment challenges, making it unreasonable to commit to charging for a new service when the funds for the core service are not available. Sands says once PMH shows the value of improving the healthcare system, people will not mind paying a small contribution.
This firestorm that we see today is a direct consequence of seeking to create political mischief.
Cleopatra Murphy, ZNS Network News.
Also making national news tonight, help for the New Providence Sanitary Landfill is on the way. After many promises to address the problems associated with the facility, a major announcement was made for a new company to manage the site. The new company will turn the landfill into the New Providence Ecology Park that will focus on renewable energy and landfill operations, remediation, and development. DeAndre Williamson tells us more.
A contract for the private management and operation of the New Providence Sanitary Landfill was awarded to Providence Advisors Waste Resources Development Group Consortium. The new company promises a $130 million transformation of the landfill. Minister of Environment and Housing Ramon Ferreira says he is confident in the company's ability.
Providence Advisors will have 7 days to confirm their acceptance of the letter of award. Once they confirm their acceptance, we can begin to negotiate the terms and conditions of the public-private partnership agreement for the management and operations at the New Providence Sanitary Landfill. During negotiations, we will finalize details relating to the turnover of the landfill site, reporting and accounting measures, costs, equipment, and security.
Ferreira says negotiations should be completed within 30 days. For years, the landfill has been plagued with fires affecting residents in the surrounding communities, including Jubilee Gardens. The most recent was in 2017. Renew Bahamas previously managed the landfill, but the company faced financial challenges and pulled out.
One of the short-term goals of the government was to issue a new RFP for the management of the entire site. In November 2017, invitations for expressions of interest for the potential investment and management services relating to the deconstruction, remediation, and operation of the New Providence Sanitary Landfill at Tonic Williams Darling Highway was published in the local newspaper. An RFP was issued on the 7th of February 2018. This began the process that brought us to where we are today.
Providence Advisors CEO Kenwood Kerr says the landfill will be transformed into the New Providence Ecology Park, demonstrating environmental leadership, economic sustainability, and community engagement. It will also feature sustainability measures for the long-term health of the surrounding communities.
They include, but are not limited to, extinguishing all fires at the site and implementing operational measures to prevent such fires in the future, remediating the existing sites leaking toxins and health hazards, transforming an ongoing nightmare for the site's neighbors into a well-run operation with much reduced environmental impacts, keeping clean the site, securing the site with a green, lush, natural vegetation cap, recycling, reusing, and recovering at least 50% or more of the waste generated on New Providence.
Kerr says global fire expert Dr. Anthony Sperling of Sperling Hansen Associates in Canada will be on board to handle the vexing issue of out-of-control fires.
That's being coupled with other engineering, modern engineering applications to prevent any future fires in terms of appropriately lining the cell sites at the dump so that you avoid future fires. While fires normally in a well-structured landfill should occur on a 200-year cycle, we expect that same kind of experience in the Bahamas.
Providence Advisors is a Bahamian-owned company, and Kerr says the transformation project for this dump site will create more than 75 new jobs for Bahamians. For ZNS Network News, I'm DeAndre Williamson.
Well, it's a jubilant day for residents of Jubilee Gardens. Following the announcement of the new company to manage the New Providence sanitary landfill, Tall Pines Member of Parliament Don Saunders went into that community to share the good news with residents. He says this day marks another election promised fulfilled by the Free National Movement government.
Got the chance also to really talk to Mr. Kerr, who leads the consortium, and they're also excited about some of the projects that he spoke about doing. After remediating the dump, we're going to be remediating the landfill. There's going to be some green space developed, parks, a mini golf, course, a running area for people who like to exercise, and some other projects that we spoke about developing for the community, particularly the young people, in terms of environmental education, etc.
Jubilee Gardens residents who were affected by recent fires at the landfill welcomed the good news, hoping that Providence Advisors will solve the issue.
It's a blessing in the sky that we have finally come to this point and having a new persons now sign contract for the landfill in Jubilee. The people in Jubilee can now have a sign of relief because a lot of persons are complaining about sleeping or when the breeze blowing or the rain. You can smell the scent from the dump. But we pray that now that the new owners will have a way of cutting all of that down and keep, what they call them, those persons that are harbored on the dump, that we don't have another fire.
The last fire that we had, I almost lost my home in the last fire because the fire came so close to the residents, especially on this side where I live, that's closer to the dump. And the scent that we get really with this thing that the government is doing, it makes me feel proud because I know that I have my two kids here that they would really, even if I'm not here, they would really get some relief, from what the government is doing. So it's a good thing.
A foreign national killed in an industrial accident on the island of Bimini today. Police there say they were called to the scene after 9 o'clock this morning following reports of an incident involving a crane. We understand that workmen were carrying out repairs to the dock area when the incident occurred.
The police at Alistar Police Station received a report of an industrial accident that occurred at one of the marinas here on the island. As a result of that, the officers conducted an investigation. On arrival, where they discovered one of the cranes that was doing some construction work was on fire, and noticed one of the concrete pillars resting on top of the cabin of that crane. However, subsequently, it was revealed that there was a male Caucasian who was trapped in that crane who had unfortunately lost his life. Investigations are continuing at this time.
Also making news tonight, more than 1,200 people were murdered between 2007 and 2017 here in the Bahamas. The majority involved guns. Police continue to say members of the public know where guns are and seek to help in eradicating crime. Well, today, a gun was turned in off the streets. Vaughn Albury reports that pastors want to be used more to curb violence.
A family called me about a week ago and said that they were trying to encourage their son not to fool with guns and knew that he had a gun.
Bishop Simeon Hall has been the conduit to pass firearms to police for years. He said, as a pastor, confidentiality is key.
So I said to them, give me the gun and I will give it to the police. I've done this several times before. So, but 2 days ago, mind you, and to cover myself, I called the police. Just they called me and told them what I was doing, and here we are.
The Brown .38 gun was later handed over to police. With more than 1,200 murders over the past 10 years, Bishop Hall sent this warning to parents.
Any parent who knowingly benefits from their son's crime will in the end weep at his tomb.
And murders means funerals, which Bishop Hall notes are expensive. Bishop J. Carl Raming said 80% of murder victims in Fox Hill caught in the cycle of gun violence as perpetrators or victims were buried from his church.
They would say to me, oh, that's the individual who been to church to that funeral last Sunday or last Saturday, and bam, he dead today. I don't know. They have no conscience, so to speak.
And this is what the Foxhillian finds most alarming.
Sometimes it's like families beating up on each other's. Two brothers and cousins and what have you, gunning down each other.
Reverend Dr. Philip McPhee expressed his concern with the proliferation of guns.
We are now alarmed that young people take guns to festivals, to social events, to parties. Parents are up all night praying while their children are supposedly into an area where it's supposed to be peaceful.
The pastors told parents the situation must be handled delicately.
To handle guns, to report a gun, might be dangerous. And so parents or whomever should be wise and be cautious. How are you going to talk your son into turning in a gun?
And I am Vaughn Albury, ZNS Network News.
In news from the Crime Beat, investigations continuing into a homicide last night in the Kennedy subdivision. Police say after 11, a man was sitting in his vehicle outside of a bar when a group of men approached him. One of them opened fire, hitting him about the body. Police say he was later taken to hospital and died. Still ahead tonight, an education official introduces us to virtual learning. And in sports, 3 Bahamians getting ready to compete in the Diamond League over in Europe tomorrow. We're just getting started here on the National Report. We'll see you on the next side of the break.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Shell, fueling journeys that matter. Summer promotion.
Get ready. Commonwealth Bank wants to make this your best school year ever. Get the loan you need at a special discount. Cash for tuition and supplies, the best education, the best memories, and you want to know the best part? You could win a trip for 4. So don't wait. The discount ends soon. Talk to us today about your best school year ever loan. Approval is fast and easy. Conditions apply.
When school ends, BTC summerfication begins. That means freedom to switch it up and break a few rules.
And after in over season, when she touch down, she not stop call me. And I nothing for me breed, girl. Me want no feud like a Bob Marley. Me fix them.
Freedom to mix and, of course, mingle. Freedom to go wild and take the fun to a whole new level. Join the BTC Summerfication for exclusive rewards, cool prizes, and more.
Okay.
BTC, the bigger, better network.
What would you do with your part of $50,000 in cash and prizes? Show your KFC bucket love and get a chance to win your part of $50,000 in cash and prizes. Display your bucket love sticker for a chance to win. You could be one of 10 gold ticket winners with a chance to win the $10,000 grand prize and get started on your bucket list. Stick it to win today. Bucket Love, KFC Nassau, it's finger-licking good.
Now, Vanessa, you look stressed though.
Girl, listen, I here on my little piece of lunch break trying to pay these bills. I gotta go head to BTC, then I gotta go fly to BEC, and then I gotta go swim to Water and Sewage.
Girl, look, save your time and your gas, all right? Make one stop.
How? Take your backside to Cash and Go. You pay all 3 bills one time. It's one line, one place, with a bunch of locations. You think I should go now?
Vanessa, you ain't reached yet? Cash and Go. Fast, free, convenient. Call 322-CASH for more information.
This portion of the news brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
We begin this segment with news on education. Mentally preparing for a new academic year is important, especially after a long summer break where many students ditch reasonable bedtimes for staying up late and study habits are long abandoned after the last exam. So how do you get back into the swing of things? Jimonita Swain has a few tips.
Well, it's back to the classroom for many of you after a long summer break, and we have some tips to get you mentally prepared.
So parents, I'm asking you to let your children this week start going to bed at 8 o'clock instead of 9, or 9 o'clock instead of 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Start programming them now so you won't have a problem. I don't want to go to school, I'm tired. They'll be ready to go to school on Monday. So start doing it now. Better, more rest you get, the better it is for you. Memory-wise, alertness, attitude will change. You know how grumpy you are sometimes when you get up. You don't want to be bothered. You get grumpy and you don't want to do anything. And so you have to get that rest and that little breakfast.
Tessa Nottage is the district education officer for Michael. She says outside of rest, a full breakfast is what each child needs to fuel upon. But that's not the only thing if they're going to be focused on improving those grades.
To help you in your study tips, I want you to remember this. When you go to school on the first day of school or the first week of school, you read over all your notes. When your teacher gives you that notes today, you read that over tonight and then read again next week and then the next week, and then you'll realize that those notes will stick in your memory forever. So go over your work and do your best. Read over, read.
The focus, she said, should also be on familiarizing oneself with a new classroom environment.
Visit your school if you can. Orientation week, take advantage of that. Visit your classrooms, visit your teachers. Know them, walk around the building, visit, and so you can know exactly where you're going. In subject areas in high school, you have different classes for different teachers. You have to walk around with your timetables. Know your school before you enter, so take advantage of the orientation.
The veteran educator also had some advice for parents as well.
I want you to meet your child's teacher. Become familiar with them, get to know them. If you don't understand a concept that your child is doing, I want you to go back and say, look, I don't understand, would you help me? Teachers are open and willing to assist at any time. I am sure of that. So sometimes things, it's different. You're learning different things, and they're doing things differently now than they did when you were younger. So if you don't understand a concept, go and ask. Seek help.
With those tips in mind, Mistress Nottage reminds students to simply relax and prepare for an awesome school year. Jimonita Swain, ZNS Network News.
Well, education officials say they plan to address teacher shortages through virtual learning, which is an online platform that allows teachers to share educational materials with their students through the web. District Superintendent for South Andros, Mangrove Key, and Michael, Jerome Forbes, is excited about the program and feels it will be very beneficial to Family Island students.
What we're trying to do in Michael and throughout the Family Islands is to introduce this new concept of virtual classrooms and using technology to bring education everywhere. It's really an expensive venture to offer 20 teachers to every school in the Bahamas. And as you would have heard, they're now sending this technology and internet into these schools. And so our job as superintendents will be to go to these schools and say, listen here, I have a very good Spanish teacher in New Providence who's teaching Spanish at a school like CV Bethel. This is the best Spanish teacher I know. I can now allow this teacher to teach that one class, and she can be teaching 10 students in Maguana, 10 students in Inagua, and 10 students in Mangrove Key at the same time.
The Police Staff Association hoping to put a smile on the faces of several students during the annual back-to-school bash set for this Saturday. Executive Chairman Sonny Miller says the youngsters can expect lots of fun, prizes, and surprises at the event, which will be held at the Police Force's East Street headquarters. Provisions have also been made to accommodate up to 2,000 children.
Saturday past, we have had one in Grand Bahama. This coming Friday, we're having one in Abaco. And again, Saturday, we'll be right here in the capital. There'll be lots of fun for the kids, bouncing castles, face painting. We have some clowns, we have some characters. There'll also be a moment for the kids to go and speak with the minister at some period. At some point, take photographs, get positive message from the minister. At some point, the commissioner will be there. Free photographs with the commissioner with back-to-school tips. It's going to be lots of fun.
Well, as the new academic year starts next week, the Ministry of Works and Bahamas Striping Company Limited have teamed up to get those crosswalks ready. Crystal Darling explains.
The Ministry of Works and Bahamas Striping are collaboratively to upgrade all pedestrian crossings near school areas. Ministry of Works Assistant Engineer Bahia Hepburn says that this is standard procedure.
Every year prior to school opening, the ministry, they reinstall the pedestrian crossings to ensure that throughout the year, the children, they have a safe place to cross. It's all about public safety and road safety, especially when it comes to our students within the country. We also ask for people to take care while they're driving, especially now that schools are opening, not just public, but also private schools. There are children on the road. Please take caution for not just school children, but any pedestrian who are crossing the road.
Bahamas Striping was contracted by the ministry to join the effort. Managing Director of Bahamas Striping, Alan Albury, says that based on the company's standard quality of material, the crosswalk striping will not have to be refreshed every year.
The guys, as you'll see, are getting ready now. They're prepping to go ahead and install the pedestrian crossing. Today we're going to be using a thermoplastic material. This material is a more durable substance. There are two primary methods of putting down the pedestrians. One is by traffic paint. That one does not tend to last as long. Thermoplastic has anywhere from 3 to 5 year lifespan to it.
The pedestrian crossings are expected to be completed by the end of this week and ready for when school opens on Monday. I'm Crystal Darling, ZNS Network News.
United Sound Associates partnered with the Our Carmichael Association and Rotary Club of New Providence in a recent back-to-school bash. But it wasn't only for giveaways. They also encouraged residents to give the gift of life. We spoke with organizers Jason Ferguson, also known as DJ Ming, and DJ Brian Miller.
We always know that we always in need of blood. The reserves are always low, so we decided to come together. And we have a little network, a large network, so what better way to try to get the word out than starting with a blood drive?
We as DJs well, actually in the whole Bahamas, but especially in Nassau, we see the need to continually give back to the community, and there's always publications on the airwaves asking for blood to be donated because the blood bank is extremely low. So in conjunction with the PMH blood bank, Ms. Bain and Ms. Miller and those, we decided to have this initiative at the same time as the back to school giveaway to try to draw as many people as possible in to donate blood because it's extremely vital to the country.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
This is your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm Crystal Darling. A wholly owned Bahamian group, the Providence Advisors Waste Resources Development, is the selected bidder for the remediation and operation of the New Providence Sanitary Landfill. A letter of award was presented to the principals of the company today in accordance with the terms and conditions set out in the request for proposal issued November 2017. Providence Advisors WRDG has 7 days to confirm their acceptance of the letter of award. The Environment Minister, Romuald Ferreira, says once they confirm their acceptance, they can begin to negotiate the terms and conditions of the public-private partnership for the management and operation of the landfill. The National Emergency Management Agency allotted an estimated $72,000 to persons in Ragged Island who were impacted by Hurricane Irma last year. The team issued checks for the financial aid last Friday on behalf of the government. Following an assessment, 18 households received monies to assist with repairs. And it was also found that at least 45% of badly damaged houses were not built to standard before the impact of the 2017 hurricane. And in international news, Uber, after buying an electric bike company earlier this year, is encouraging more of its patrons to book bikes, if possible, rather than going for their traditional car chauffeurs. Jump bikes, as these are called, are available in 40 U.S. states. The CEO of Uber says that using the bikes, although it costs the company, takes a burden off drivers during rush hours. He adds that using the bikes would reduce the demand for short rides, thus allowing drivers to focus on more lucrative journeys. This has been your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm Crystal Darling.
Carey's Fabric and Uniform Store has all your back-to-school needs. Find ready-made uniforms and uniform fabrics for all schools in the Bahamas. You can also have your skirts custom-made. Check out our uniform package deals to help stretch your dollar. Get a skirt, jumper, or pants with a blouse or skirt and a pair of socks in a package for one low price. Find the latest backpacks and school supplies. Shop and save at Carey's Fabric and Uniform Store on Mackey Street. Call 393-0758.
We are 700 Wines and Spirits.
From Grand Bahama
to San Salvador.
Just around the corner when you need us.
For every celebration and relaxation.
Committed to quality and service since 1953.
With renowned wines.
Rums and spirits.
We are 700 Wines and Spirits. Always with ice cold beer.
And attractive promotions.
Here for you as we've always been. One name, one people, united in wines and spirits.
We are 700 Wines and Spirits.
Know how you can save more money, save more time, earn more interest, and have more for the future? The solution is an account from Fidelity Bank. With our ASU Savings, fixed deposits, and preferred client program, you can get free financial advice from our team of experts, competitive interest rates, and free online banking for simple and safe banking anytime, anywhere. Open a fixed deposit or savings account with Fidelity by visiting a branch today. Get into the rhythm of saving with Fidelity. Fidelity, we're good for you.
Life is full of choices. Some are tough, while others, like shopping for weekly specials at Super Value and quality supermarkets, are very, very easy. Snack Pack Juicy Gels or Puddings 4-pack, $1.79. Danish Spare Ribs, $2.49 per pound. Lay's Chips, 1-ounce bags, 2 for 99 cents. Mart's Apple Juice, 11.5-ounce can, 69 cents. Gala Apples, 4 for 99 cents. Armour Lunch Makers, 2.6-ounce size, 2 for $3. The obvious choice for savings is Super Value and quality supermarkets.
We've all got plans for our golden years. Unfortunately for many, this may just be wishful thinking. To generate an annual income in retirement of $70,000 for 20 years at a rate of return of 5%, with inflation running at 3%, requires more than $1.1 million. So how do you save that much money? Many companies provide a group pension plan to help their employees by deducting an amount each month from their pay to contribute to the plan. Personal Pension Plan, or PPP, is similar to a group plan, but offered only to individuals. These plans offer many of the same benefits and features. Contact us for more information on pensions.
Thanks so much for staying with us, especially those of you watching us live on our social media platforms. Free National Movement National Chairman Carl Culmer hitting back at the opposition Progressive Liberal Party on its recent comments, reportedly referring to the government's investment to save jobs over in Grand Bahama as flushing money down the toilet. Culmer says obviously the PLP is seeking to punish those that voted the woeful party out of power by trying to ensure they all lose their jobs. Culmer says the rest of the PLP should be working to try and preserve every job possible in Grand Bahama, saying it was under the PLP's administration that the local economy there was destroyed. He questions what the PLP solutions are and why the party is targeting Grand Bahamians. The Fusion Superplex is nearing completion. It's an entertainment facility consisting of 17 different brands. Crystal Darling has this preview.
Various members of the press and social media personalities were invited to tour the unfinished Fusion Superplex building on Gladstone Road on Wednesday. Officials noted that the Superplex is much more than a theater, as it includes an ice cream parlor, a cafe, a bar, a kids' play area, seating areas, and arcades. One of Fusion's founders, Tekoyo Bridgewater, says that the complex will be a family environment, providing the premium entertainment experience.
It's not just the movies, it is a complete family experience. We want you to bring your 4-year-old who can go down into the soft play area, run around like we all did when we were growing up in the back of one of the eating establishments. We have the Between the Four and the Teenagers to come down to Reboot, which is the arcade, the 2-level arcade. We also have the VR, or virtual reality experience down there that we think that the Bahamas is going to love. What we're doing right now is we're bringing technology into the Bahamas, and we're showing the Bahamian people that we also can be moving forward.
Bridgewater and his team gave us a tour of the different types of theaters, including the IMAX theater, which is the only one in the world with VIP seating.
We have one large format theater called XS3. We have the IMAX, which is the Image Maximum. We have the 4DX, which is the environmental effects. You sit down and you experience all of the external environmental effects. You have fog, you have snow, you have rain, you have the seats moving back and forth. It's going to be for the kids, it's going to be for the adults. And it's just a 4-dimensional experience where the movie is coded to the environment. We also have our VIP pure IMAX theaters where you can sit down, you have push button service. You can order food while enjoying the premiere in laser technology.
Chief Operating Officer Dominic Richards on Fusion's royalties program, soon to be rolled.
It's based on participation. We're the only program in this part of the world that actually allows you to participate based on any purchase within the facility. So whether you're buying coffee or movie ticket, or you're paying for your kids to play, you get points toward your next purchase. The tiers will be based strictly on participation and the level you want to be at. Let's say we're doing the higher tier and we're doing an event for our parties. So you'll qualify for, we also have valet parking, of course. So with the valet parking, let's say the paid tiers, they don't have to pay for parking. They get a sticker that goes on their cars. When they pull up, the car is automatically scanned into the system, and so it goes towards your points as well as goes toward your next purchase.
The Fusion Superplex will employ over 400 persons and is expected to open within the next 2 to 3 months. I'm Crystal Darling, ZNS Network News.
11 beauties vying for the Miss Universe crown paid a courtesy call on Governor General, Her Excellency, the Most Honorable Dame Marguerite Pendling at Government House this morning. The Miss Bahamas Universe pageant is all set for September 16th at the Atlantis Paradise Island Resort. A few contestants we spoke with reflected on the strong words of advice given to them by the head of state, while reigning queen Yasmin Cook told us that her tenure as an ambassador for the Bahamas has been phenomenal.
I'm so happy that I took the leap of faith and pursued something that I've dreamed of my whole life, and to pass it on to one of these lovely, very outstanding young ladies. It's going to be bittersweet for sure, but I'm so excited to what the future holds for me after my reign.
She was just so cordial and she was so funny, and she really gave us some
some real pearls of wisdom.
I haven't seen her in years, so it was a grand experience to learn from her and to learn of her past experiences and her undying knowledge and love she has for her country.
The advice she gave us to just study up and make sure we know as much as possible, because we're the only person who could defend the Bahamas if anyone has anything negative to say about us.
National Pageant Director Anthony Smith explained the significance of the visit to Mount Fitzwilliam, while Director of Pageant Affairs P.J. Douglas highlighted some of the events leading up to the main event.
We enjoyed learning a lot about Bahamian history. Some of the you know, she had the inside information, not the things we learned in school. So that was important, and also some important words of wisdom that she shared with the young ladies as it relates to who, you know, as a contestant, and also if you were to win, what it means in an ambassadorial role, because she herself, you know, she has lived that life and continues to live that life.
Then 11 contestants that are participating. We kicked it off with Chasing the Sash Leadership Orientation, where we had over 25 young women who vied to become contestants. We started with our contestant debut, which was magical, at the National Art Gallery of the Bahamas, and we moved into our National Costume Competition and Motorcade, which was held Saturday. We're very excited to be having this swimsuit, evening gown, and avant-garde competition, which is the first for the Miss Bahamas Universe brand.
Stay tuned. We've got more news to come. You're watching The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, your news leader.
There's only one place to find it all, and it's right here at the Builders Mall, where our friendly staff will provide you with everything your project needs.
From electrical supplies to lighting design.
An array of bathroom and plumbing fixtures.
Tools, lumber, shingles, and roofing materials.
Everything for the contractor.
Or the do-it-yourselfer. For the perfect finishing touch, it's the Paint Center.
For a rainbow worth of colors, try Valspar Premium Paint.
Along with Minmax stains to help you finish the job.
Come, stop by next door at Tile King.
And browse an exquisite selection of tiles from around the world.
Plus, granite countertops and medallion.
Setting materials on a full line of Ruby tools for the wall, floor, patio, or pool.
Our standard is superior customer service. And we are guaranteed to provide you with everything you need and more.
So don't waste time running from place to place.
Find it all at Builders Mall.
The Home Gallery, formerly the Sleep Gallery. We're still the home of Tempur-Pedic, Sealy Posturepedic, Serta Perfect Sleeper Mattress, and so much more. We now carry an exquisite selection of fine linens, comforter, duvets, bath towels, rugs, and a wide assortment of home accessories. Everything you need to beautify your bed, bath, and home. You have to see it to believe it. The Home Gallery, open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Cable Beach Shopping Plaza, Westridge.
Also now open at Harbor Bay.
Free, reliable, anytime, anywhere, and instant. That's the benefits of using RBC's digital banking, ATM services, or mobile app. Pay bills, check account balances, transfer funds, and more. Enjoy the freedom of banking on your own terms. Why wait in line? Save time. Do your banking using RBC's digital banking, ATM services, or mobile app. Visit rbc.com/Caribbean to find out more.
Shell is taking you on an exciting journey with its summer promotion. Now through September 14th, enter for your chance to win a brand new 2018 Toyota Yaris. Just make a minimum purchase of $20 worth of fuel from any Shell service station in Nassau. Answer the skill question on the entry form and submit. The grand prize will be drawn on September 14th. Other weekly prizes include free fuel vouchers and VIP packages to see Jay-Z and Beyonce live in concert August 31st at the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. For more info, visit their Facebook page at Sun Oil Bahamas.
Introducing the Subway Simple 6 menu. 6 of our best 6-inch subs, now and made just for you meals for just $7.50 every day. Take your pick from our best subs, like the Italian BMT, tender turkey breast, sweet onion chicken teriyaki, and more. Pile them high with all of your favorite veggies, made just the way you say, with a 21-ounce drink and a bag of chips. The new Simple 6 menu is value made simple every day. Yeah, you so got it made. Subway, eat fresh.
Bigger is better. Get more for your money with Robin Hood Flour. Next time you're at the food store, compare. At 5.5 pounds, Robin Hood Flour gives you more for your money. Bigger is better. Robin Hood Flour. Find it at your favorite food store.
Debit card, you can be in the know right now. Turn on notifications for your Visa card from CIBC First Caribbean, and you will know every time your card is used. CIBC First Caribbean, banking that fits your life.
We are Machinery and Energy Limited, your cat dealer for the Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, and the Cayman Islands. We also carry a selection of allied brands like JLG, Wacker Neuson, and Solaire. Our extensive product line includes tractors, excavators, backhoe loaders, telehandlers, forklifts, light towers, aerial equipment, marine engines, and of course, our specialty cat generator sets. Need parts or equipment maintenance? We offer that too. Everything you need all in one place. Visit one of our branches in Nassau, Freeport, or Abaco for your construction and power generation needs.
By Chef Boyardee and Libby's Vienna sausages, and you could win $2,000 for a family vacation or other great prizes for back to school. Enter at Pritchard's on Robinson Road today. Promotion ends August 31st.
Life happens, and when it does, FG Insurance Agents and Brokers is here. We help you protect the assets you've worked hard to attain. We offer home, auto, marine, commercial, and liability insurance. Don't hesitate to protect what matters with FG Insurance Agents and Brokers. Visit us and speak to your agent today, or call us at 396-1490 in Nassau or 688-1500 in Freeport.
Today is a day for fun. Today is a day for family. So why should yesterday's worries affect my today? That's why I insure my family with J.S. Johnson, because their mission is to provide us with the best insurance coverage possible. With J.S. Johnson, I know my family comes first, so I take comfort in knowing that they always have us covered, providing us with a great today and an even better tomorrow.
J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, giving you peace of mind.
Good night, BTC family. It's Julian Believe, and we're back with another BTC Tech Tip.
Yeah, I got a call saying BTC is putting fiber in my neighborhood, but I don't even know what fiber is.
Fiber is the latest data transfer technology, providing high-speed internet connection at up to 1,000 megabits per second. With fiber to the home, customers can experience great bandwidth and reliability with their internet connection. And that bandwidth allows for services like smart home systems, Flow TV, and even home office internet.
How much will it cost to install?
Installing fiber has no cost to you if you're an existing BTC fixed line customer. However, if you are a brand new BTC customer, the installation cost is $150. And get this, having a fiber line connected to your home actually increases the value of your property.
Wow, now that makes it worth it.
And there you have another BTC Tech Tip. See you next time.
Welcome to Tips for Wellness. I'm Dr. Indira Grimes. Skin cancer is a very common form of cancer. Almost all skin cancers are the result of too much exposure to ultraviolet light. This is found in sunlight, tanning booths, and sun lamps. Fortunately, it is usually one of the most preventable and curable types of cancer. A sunscreen with an SPF of 15 or higher is one important part of complete sun protection regimen. Sunscreen alone is not enough, however. Here is a list of skin cancer prevention tips. Seek the shade, especially between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Do not burn. Avoid tanning and ultraviolet tanning beds. Cover up with clothing, including a broad brim hat and ultraviolet blocking sunglasses. Use a broad spectrum sunscreen with an SPF of 15 or higher every day. For extended outdoor activity, use a water-resistant broad spectrum sunscreen with an SPF of 30 or higher. Apply 1 ounce or 2 tablespoons of sunscreen to your entire body 30 minutes before going outside. Reapply every 2 hours or immediately after swimming or excessive sweating. Keep newborns out of the sun. Sunscreens should be used on babies over the age of 6 months. Examine your skin head to toe every month and see your physician every year for a professional skin exam. This has been Tips for Wellness. I'm Dr. Indira Grimes. Live your best life by living well.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Kelsey Johnson. Welcome to Sports Wednesday. Shawnee Miller-Wiebel will settle into the blocks in the 200 meters at the Van Dam Memorial in Brussels on Friday. Miller-Wiebel, who has accumulated 24 points over 3 meets, will be challenged by Sharika Jackson, Jenna Prandina, and Daphne Schippers, who will run the 100 meters in Zurich on Thursday. Jackson and Prandini have competed in 5 of the Diamond League meets and have a total of 28 points. Zurich and Brussels are the last 2 stops on the calendar for the European Circuit event. National record holder in the men's 400 meters, Stephen Gardner, is in the men's 400 meters at the Diamond League. He has participated in 2 Diamond League events and has a total of 16 points. His race is at 12:25 p.m. local time on Thursday. The Pure Silk Bahamas LPGA Golf Classic usually tees off the sporting calendar here in the country. The top female golfers in the world are in town hoping to sink a hole in one, but they won't be the only ones come 2019.
The Bahamas Ministry of Tourism has been a partner with the LPGA Pure Silk Tournament for the past 6 years. We're going to see that evolve into something that's going to be new and exciting. So while we may not see the LPGA come back, we're going to see other golfing events that will take the place and that will really showcase our destination in the same way as that one did.
Top college coaches from the USA are visiting the Bahamas more now than ever, looking for the next Buddy Hield or DeAndre Ayton. Here's Amijal Knowles on the latest venture seeking college recruits.
With the recent success of Bahamian basketball players on the global scene, some Division I coaches in town to scout some of the local talent, a recent basketball camp put on the D.W. Davis Gym. Kyle Adams, head coach at Delaware State University and founder of It's Bigger Than a Ball, on why he made the trip.
I came down to really build relationships and see how we could add value to what's happening here in the Bahamas. We see that the game is growing on an international level. For me, really at the core of what I look to do is to help coaches develop. Our generation is changing. Our game is changing. And how can we as coaches continue to grow and develop to better provide for the student athletes we work with.
For Fred Batchelor, head women's basketball coach at Maryland Eastern Shore, it's about fostering relationships.
We're looking forward to building relationships where we can come and do something like that here in the Bahamas, as well as try to introduce that to other programs in our league. That's one of the things that I'm going to be motivated to do when I get back, is talk to my conference, talk to a lot of coaches in our league about the opportunities there are to expose our kids to the Bahamas. And there's a natural correlation in the fact that we are a historical black university, and that the history of this country is a great educational experience for the adults, but more for our students, and giving them an opportunity to have a more well-rounded experience playing basketball.
Former NBA player and now scout Delaney Rudd on what he is hoping to find among the crop of Bahamian players.
Well, super athletic players are always needed. And so, my goal when we come to look for players is to get a good fit that we feel can play in universities in the United States. I also am a basketball scout with Always Live, which is a recruiting service, and we videotape games and we work with kids individually, and then we try to place them in certain colleges.
Camp will end this week. For ZNS Sports, I'm Amajal Knowles.
Thank you so much, Amajal. Student athletes are being encouraged to maintain a satisfactory grade point average if they want to compete in the after-school sporting programs this school year. Minister of Education, Science and Technology, the Honorable Jeffrey Lloyd, is stressing the importance of balancing academics and athletics.
Coaches are not going to. I mean, this is the commitment we have in the public sector. I can't speak for the private, but in the public sector, if you're not meeting the academic standards, the minimum academic standards, then the coaches are not going to permit you to be on the team, because they realize that, you know, you may or may not succeed in sports. You may or may not be a Stephen Gardner or a Shawnee Miller. But one thing for sure is you need that graduation certificate. You absolutely need that associate degree or bachelor's degree. You need to be certified in a particular technical or vocational skill. So they place the appropriate priority on academics, and sports supplements. So yes, we already have that in place. We are not going to let any activity, sports or anything else, compromise the ability of our students to perform and perform adequately in their academic pursuits.
If you're looking to have a real good workout in a state-of-the-art facility, then MacFit 360 is the place for you. It's not a new gym, just a new location. Jimmy Mackey explains why they are the best in the business.
If you look at it, it speaks for itself. But, you know, definitely, you know, our customer service. That's our number one go-to right now is, you know, making sure everybody is happy, our place is clean, and it's well open, it's well lit, so people can come in and enjoy the environment and the energy.
Mackey is a former national basketball team member who literally followed his dreams.
Just been building up. You know, it's been 5 years in the making, and the day is here now. I can actually launch a product that, you know, you don't get to see every day on an island. This dream stemmed from, what, 6, 7 years ago. You know, doing different courses, traveling the world, looking at different facilities, even professional, you know, facilities where athletes actually train. So we kind of brought all of that into this one roof.
That's all the time we have for sports. I'm Kelsey Johnson.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Hey, have you heard? ZNS is everywhere you are when you download the new ZNS app. Whether you're on the move or just kicking back. Miss something on the news? It's there. Want to keep up with a live update? It's there. Or just want to listen to your favorite station? It's there too. Download the app now from the App Store and Google Play Store.
Time now for weather.
The Atlantic hurricane season runs from June 1st through November 30th, when a hurricane alert is issued for your area, which indicates the possibility that you could experience hurricane conditions within 60 hours. You should begin the initial stages of preparation for the storm.
When the storm is 48 hours away, a hurricane watch is issued. Once a watch is issued, be sure to get updates from the Met Office via television and radio. Get your battery-powered radio ready. Keep your emergency supply kit, blankets, and sleeping bags handy, and your children and pets indoors. Be sure you have extra cash and that your car has a full tank of gas. Fill all prescriptions. A hurricane warning means that a storm with winds of 74 miles per hour or more is 36 hours away. At this point, secure all windows with shutters and plywood. Place your valuables and records in waterproof containers and store them on the highest floor of your home or in the safest area. This public service announcement has been brought to you by the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas in conjunction with the National Emergency Management Agency.
Hey, I'm Megan Shepard, a reporter here at the ZNS Northern Service. Did you know that ZNS is right at your fingertips when you download the new ZNS app? Miss something in our newscast? That's okay. Simply pull up the app, swipe, and you'll find all of our news headlines and highlights. So what are you waiting for? Download the new ZNS app today.
You thought it was the talk of the town, but get ready for more.
More energy, more excitement, exhilarating, compelling, informative, educational talk on The Conversation.
I'm Shanique Miller. Pull up a chair with a cup of tea and join me weekdays at 4 on Radio Bahamas 1540 AM, 104.5 FM, and The Light 810 AM for The Conversation. I'm excited to have you around the table.
The Morning Edition is here on the ZNS Television Network, waking up to traffic, weather, news, and developing stories. It's the Morning Edition with your ZNS News team, waking you up.
Welcome, madam, to the Royal Blue Tavern. My name is Leslie, and I will be taking exceptional care of you. Service has been a part of my life for a very long time. I get a sense of satisfaction knowing that my guests came, experienced Bahamian cuisine, fine service, just the shared joy that they get from my service is enough satisfaction for
me. Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, we're going to take a look at temperatures around the Family of Islands, and they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 84 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, Green, Tulkey, and Abaco, also Marsh Harbor at 84, 82 in the Berry Islands, Alderstown, Bimini at 83 degrees, 84 in Harper Island, Rock Sandy, Lutra, Otterstown, Cat Island, Staniel Key at 85, 85s also in Kemps Bay, South Andros, and Fresh Creek in Central Andros. San Salvador and Rumkey 84, 82 degrees in Georgetown, Exuma, in Crooked Island, Clarence Town, Long Island, 82, 83 in Betsy Bay, Magona, Acklands, Ragged Island, 82, 85 in Matthew Town, Niagara, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 83 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Tile King, and the Paint Setter. In the northwestern islands tonight through Friday, east to southeast winds 10 to 15 knots. The wave heights, they're going to be around 2 to 4 feet. High tide 9:38 tonight. High tide at 10:02 tomorrow morning. And for the central and southeastern islands into Friday, east to southeast winds as well. The speeds up a bit, 15 to 20 knots. Caution flags are up. Those seas, they're going to be around 4 to 7 feet over the ocean. And that's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your travel forecast, and your travel forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. And that's going to do it for your travel forecast, brought to you by Royal Star Insurance. Taking a look now at the tropics. The tropics remain quiet. We do have a little tropical wave out there in the far eastern Atlantic. Has about a 10% chance of development over the next 3 days, but over a 5-day period, that will bump up to about 30–40%. So we'll keep our eyes on that wave over the next several days. And then on the home front, we still have that mid-level trough, which has been oscillating north and south across the north and central Bahamas, and that will continue to support pockets of showers and thunderstorms as well. Tonight, we're going in for patchy clouds with late showers developing in spots. Your low temperature getting down to 79 degrees, and tomorrow it's going to be partly sunny and hot again with showers isolated in the afternoon. 90 degrees will be your high temperature. Extended weather forecast over the next 7 days. A few more showers into Friday. It looks a little better on Saturday and Sunday as we go into the early part of next week, and we'll have those surface trough that's working their way back into our forecast. But tonight, I know we're almost smack out of time, but my grandson Jamal Carter Dean celebrates his 5th birthday today.
Okay, so that's one birthday shout out. I got 2. To my beautiful niece, Emmanuel Miller, we call her Lele. Her birthday's today. She's turning 17 today. We also want to wish a very happy birthday to Jordan Jervis. She's the daughter of our TV production director, Ted Jervis. Jordan turned 11 today. And Kelsey has another shout out she wants to give out. I definitely want to say happy anniversary to Pastor Roach and his beautiful wife. Yes. On behalf of everyone here. All of us. Especially his daughter, Opal. Especially Opal. She's in the back of us making sure that we set up Pastor Roach. Well, on behalf of the entire team, that does it for the Bahamas tonight. Thanks so much for watching. We hope to see you right back here tomorrow. Have a great Wednesday, everyone.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.